July's 2020 predictions. We got a lot going on this month. I really see the energy being a lot more relaxed, especially because we're in a storyline, the North Node axis, which has been in Cancer and Capricorn since 2018, is rounding up. That's right, we're getting an ending to whatever area that's affecting your chart. With Cancer and Capricorn, it's been a big deal, and we're going to end that energy on the 4th or 5th of July, depending on what part of the world you're in, with the lunar eclipse in Capricorn. That's on the 1st of July. We also have Aries moving into Mars moving into Aries, the sign of Aries, on the 27th, and it's going to be there for a whopping 6 months. So Mars is going to be doing a lot in your chart as well. We also have a new moon in the sign of Cancer, which signifies a blue moon, because this will be the second new moon that we'll be having this year, which is pretty rare. And yeah, let's just get into it. We have a lot of new energy coming in the sign of Cancer, as well as Mercury coming out of retrograde and Venus now being direct. Let's get into it. Hey Taurus. So this new, first of all, we have Saturn going back into the sign of Capricorn. It's going retrograde back into your 9th house of beliefs, long distance travel, of foreign cultures, experiences of philosophy. So you could have really just been doing a lot of long distance travel, a lot of traveling for work, communicating with siblings a lot. Siblings could have affected your transportation or your travel in some way, or they could have just been your family or your friends or people that you grew up around. There could have just been a battle between what you think and newfound experiences that you want to have, and new beliefs and breakthroughs that you're experiencing versus what people around you already know. So you could have been learning new things and bringing it back to your siblings for the past 2 years, while Cancer and Capricorn have been doing this little dance on the North Node axis. So you're kind of rounding up that time of learning philosophies, getting into anything from astrology to new religion, and introducing that to your peoples. So it could have came to a head, this could be coming to an ending, or you could really just be seeing the results of those around you really like changing their lives based off of things that you might have opened their minds up to. Sagittarius also rules just freedom and adventure. The 9th house rules freedom and adventure and just escapism, but more on like a physical, in this physical, more adventurous, futuristic, future forward thinking kind of way. So again, you could have just been using it as a form of escapism or a way to really just see what else is out there. You could have just been finding yourself unhappy and bored with the mundane in the last couple of years and just learning new things. I really just see you expanding your mind and just tapping into your higher self, your spiritual, more conscious side, not the detailed, basic, humdrum, everyday stuff, which is important too. No, you wanted to kind of bring expansion to your everyday and to your routine and to the people around you. Like I said, I kind of see you maybe getting more into astrology or studying more, or even the esoteric, or just coming up with your own theories and philosophies on life. And also, this could be an ending to you being way dogmatic, way too dogmatic, or just preachy, or you could have just been trying to force all these things and been really excited about them, trying to force these newfound opinions and philosophies down your friend's throat, your family's throat, cousins, uncles. They probably got sick of it, didn't want to hear it anymore. Taurus ascendant. You also have, let me get this. We have the July full moon lunar eclipse. So like I said, that's going to bring endings to any kind of dogma or any kind of, you'll just basically see the results. Like when they say endings, I really just kind of view that as like graduation time is an ending. So you could really just be seeing, I more so like to view full moon and lunar eclipse times as seeing the culmination of what we've been working towards. And for you, this has been for the past 2 years regarding, like I said, short distance travel, siblings, uncles, neighborhoods you grew up from, versus maybe you're finally taking a trip somewhere far away too, and you're getting the opportunity to travel long distance even with a sibling or without. Maybe you're getting time to get away from family and your regular routine, and you probably haven't had that in a while, and you've been dying to kind of escape, and just you have maybe ideals that you want to explore more, and now you're finally going to get that opportunity with the lunar eclipse happening in your 9th house. On July 20th, we have a new moon in Cancer at 28 degrees. This is going to bring in Leo season. Whoop whoop. Leo season should be fun. You know, Leos are all about playful, fun energy. Gemini season was kind of rough for everybody. It was kind of like a Debbie Downer, but that's because we have Venus in retrograde. And Leo season is totally going to make up for that with all this new moon energy. And all these just new things coming in. And also its cousin sign, its sister sign, Aries, being in the sign of Mars, which we'll get into in a second. But going back to Leo season, this is going to be in your, this is going to be hitting your 4th house. So this could be quite an emotional time for you, or you spending more time with children or family or the mother figure or your roots, getting back to your roots. Again, I just really see this theme of going back to your roots, your family, your local neighborhood, local community. That's really big for you. Like maybe even having fun with family, throwing some parties or get together, or just kind of spending more time, more quiet time in the house, enjoying creative projects with the kids, or doing something that you like to express but on your own, like to yourself, that is creative. Like something that you probably, a creative project you could be working on that you don't like to show anybody, that you don't want any other eyes and ears to see or hear. And you know, it's totally fine, Taurus. Sometimes we need that. It can be really therapeutic just to create art. It doesn't always have to be for other eyes. During this time, I think the best remedy for you would be to be really self-reflective and to invest in your family more, and just remind yourself of your roots and where you really come from, with this happening in the 4th house. But it is also Leo. It also represents, Leo is also about kids and romance. So you could have been forgetting about, with all this expansion and all this 9th house energy, you could have been forgetting, like, taking your family for granted, taking your loved ones for granted, taking your romantic partner for granted, and now you're starting to open your eyes and focus on more of like little things in life and your family life, and making like really enjoying, making small joys, making joy out of the small, more simple things in life, or what we can overlook sometimes and take for granted, like our loved ones. And finally, like I was saying earlier, we have Aries, which has been in the sign of, which we have Mars, which has been in the sign of Aries since the 27th of June. It's going to be in your 12th house for 6 months. Now, this is your subconscious house, and we also just have this. We just had this new moon hitting your 4th house. So these are 2 water houses, 2 subconscious houses. Very emotional, very spiritual, very esoteric. I really see you spending a lot more time in introspection, a time alone, or around people that you really trust, and really being more creative. You are a Taurus, and you're very artsy and creative, and you're very Venusian in that you like to enjoy the earthly pleasures in life. So I really see you doing that, whether it be cooking, painting, poetry, writing, film, all that is like 12th house stuff. I really just see you getting into astrology, or like mental health practices or healing, getting into Reiki healing. This could be really good for you at this time with Mars transiting your 12th house for 12 months. For 6 months. It's gonna feel that long though, because Mars usually moves on pretty quickly. But again, he's gonna be in retrograde, so this is gonna be an introspective period. And energy, Mars is going to be very introspective, but in your 12th house, which is also a very introspective house. Excuse me, I had to burp. It's a very introspective house. So, like I said, I just really see you diving deep and really being very driven and very active and very hardcore about, you know, what it is internally, like your self-expression, your spiritual side, but not really to show it off, but more so to really heal yourself and to change subconscious patterns. And also Mars rules sex and career, and 12th house rules bed pleasures as well. So you could also be getting it in a lot more. And like I said, you will be spending a lot more time at home and with appreciation for a loved one or romantic figure in your life. So that could be more bed pleasure time basically for you around this period in July, which makes sense because for your tarot readings lately, even more than usual for Taurus, I keep getting like sex. So that's all for you for July. Good luck, Taurus.